1990 Ford Bronco steering column redo. This is the one I got from the junkyard. I finally found one, thanks to my brother. He found one at the junkyard. Went out and got it, $95. I've had put a different, the old switch out of mine was in great shape, but the one that came with it, it's over here, it's all broken. So I took the one that was in it. This is what's left of the steering column that the tow truck driver broke. That right there is the U-joint for the tilt. Goes in there and tilts, and he had the tire up against the curb and grabbed the steering wheel and yanked on it and just broke that thing all to bits. Look at that. So you can't get that part. So I had to go get a whole nother column, and we are cleaning up the steering wheel. The steering wheel I had is garbage. This one still has the leather on it from the junkyard, came with the column, so I'm using it. The other one I got over here was all falling apart, and all the leather fell off of it. I took it all apart, re-greased everything, and we're trying to fix this little rubber gasket on this horn button. As you can see, he's putting a screw in there, and this little part right here keeps hanging out like that. So we're gonna put a little screw in it, try to hold it up for when it goes on here. It doesn't roll up and look crappy. I'll show you the car in just a few minutes. We're gonna work this through, and then I'm gonna start installing it. Okay, I got the steering column in, but I can't get the gear shift indicator to work. This little cable broken right there. So it doesn't move the slider back and forth smoothly with this broken. Gets hung, doesn't tell you what gear it's in. So I got a new one of these, and I'll show it to you in a few minutes. It's going to hopefully fix this. I got it off of Amazon. I'll show it to you. It's getting there. Just got a few little fiddly things. Well, here I am. It's about the, I don't know, 5th or 6th hour to messing with this. It's gone over 2 or 3 days, but see, this is where this cable hooks up to here. This is an aftermarket one. Goes to there, goes around, and goes into the gauge cluster, into the park, reverse, neutral, gear selector. Whoa, I fell over, sorry. Gear selector, indicator. Well, I don't think Ford makes that part. I don't think so. I haven't even checked Ford, but found one at the junkyard. It was broken too. It won't work either. I tried it. I've had this gear indicator, this whole thing out, oh gosh, 5, 6 times. The problem is the cable needs to be a certain length to go around to here to work, to line up the letters as you pull down the gear shifter. This is the best I can get it. Usually it's about half. The orange part is about halfway across. Now look, I got reverse, neutral, overdrive, drive, but see, I got a little bit hanging over into overdrive, and then first gear. Then we go back, see a little bit hanging over. That's not a big deal to me. Reverse, park. Now this tube here, it slides, oh, it went out of focus. It slides in and out of its mounts on each end of this tube. Well, I found that if you don't have it just in a little bit on this end and just in this mount right here, just a little tiny bit, it gets these letters off. They don't line up with the orange part. There's no adjustment except for this, and as you can see, I got this all the way at the top. I literally had to take a Dremel and elongate this notch, a full width of this screw, just to get it all the way down there, just to get these to line up inside there. Not fun, fiddly, and like I said, I've had this in and out at least 5 times. I find this is the closest I've got it. This is where it's going. I've taken it out one more time, And I got to glue in this sleeve into each end in there. If not, it's going to move, come loose, I don't know. So I'm going to take it apart one more time, epoxy these in, that'll hold them in place, and hopefully I'll be done with this gear shifter. And I can move on, getting the steering wheel back on, the gauge cluster all hooked back in all the way, and all these plastic bits back on. Fun, just to get the gear shifter indicator to work. You can always count the clicks. You know, it's not a big deal if it didn't work. Cars from 1990, but I like things to work. Got my OCD going. I want everything to work as best it can. So I'll fiddle with this now. I've been working on it for, say, 2.5 days, but I work on it about 2 hours yesterday, 2 hours a day before, about an hour today. So 3, 4, 5 hours of messing with this seems ridiculous, but I'm going to try and get it to work right. I'll give another update when I get it all back together.